On this spiritual journey, one of the best tips that I can give you is quality counts. As the old adage says, you get what you pay for. So when it comes to purchasing my spiritual products, I believe in getting the highest quality that I can get. So this is one of my favorite occult shops that I like to visit. I go here to get my crystals. I come here to get my books and sometimes tarot cards. I buy candles from here and even things like my incense, and I get herbs. And it's really important. I know in this day and age, everybody wants to save a buck, and there's nothing wrong with that. But quality does count. Those cheap products, those cheap crystals that you're getting, sometimes you're not getting them from reputable sellers. And you may not be getting what you're paying for, especially when it comes to the more expensive crystals and stones and meteorites. Like, for instance, moldavite is one of the stones that are faked a lot, and they sell you a fake piece instead of the actual thing. So I have learned, not just in my metaphysical journey, but in life, you get what you pay for. Cheap products and even cheap services. I know some people look at the services on my page and think, these are expensive. No, I try to be reasonable, but at the end of the day, I do have over 20 years of experience doing spiritual work, and I've had my business, Enchanted Diva, for now, by next month in October, it'll be my 11-year anniversary. And experience counts, okay? I have a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and I'm qualified. So, like, for instance, look at these incense right here. Do you see the price on that? You get 10 incense for $20, okay? Some of you would say, oh my God, those are so expensive. Well, those are hand-rolled resin dragon's blood incense, and I buy them. So that's why you saw me pick those up. I believe in getting quality. I believe in getting the highest quality that I can, the biggest bang I can get for my buck. So I come to this shop. This is a shop that's in Michigan called Earthlore. And I shop here very often, and I do spend quite a bit of money when I go. But again, I believe in quality, and so I stand behind that. I live that. And like I said, not just on my spiritual products, but even in other products that I buy. I don't mind spending more money for good quality, okay? I'm not doing it just because I want to buy expensive things and I want to be able to say that I spent a lot of money for this, I spent a lot of money for that. But I understand quality will cost you. Cheap shit is cheap for a reason, okay? Because it's probably low quality. Those cheap clothes that you get, you wash them or wear them a few times. They got lint balls all over them. They've shrunk. They've ripped. I just know. For instance, I'll give you an example. Recently, I bought some skincare products, this face wash stuff that I seen on TikTok, and everybody was raving about it. And I remember as I made my purchase, I thought to myself, this seems kind of cheap for all of these things. You get face wash. You get some kind of like pads to wipe your face with. You get some soap. And I said, this just seems really cheap for a lot of things. And let me tell you, honey, that stuff broke my face out. It was supposed to lighten the dark spots. It broke my face out. It dried my skin to the point to where it was raw and burning. And I had to go back to my tried and true product. Now, what I purchased is not terribly expensive, but just for the face wash, it was more expensive for the face wash that I use than for all of the 3 products that I got at a very low rate. And to me, it just confirmed in my mind. It was like Spirit was telling me, now, Crystal, you knew that those products was too cheap for all the stuff that they gave you. You should have known that it was not going to work right. So invest in your products. Invest in the spiritual services that you purchase. Believe me, you will see a difference in the outcome, okay? But I'm just showing you some of the things that I purchase at my favorite shop. I truly love coming here. When I come in there, I'm like a zen. I feel like immediately, and they have this big giant amethyst crystal when you walk in the door, and I swear that crystal just radiates so much positive energy. So this is my happy place. I come here and I'm just in a positive atmosphere with all of the things that I absolutely love, and I really do feel emotionally connected to the spiritual work that I do and to the products that I use and the tools that I have. I really do feel a strong empathic connection to these things. So I know that I'm on the right path. I know that I'm doing what I'm here to do, because it really does satisfy my soul to go into these shops and to use my tools and implements. And I'm going to tell you something else. The process of procuring the items that you need to do spiritual work is just as much a part of the ritual as the actual spell or ritual is, okay? And I know for me spiritually, because I do not get my spells and rituals out of books or off the internet or chat GTP. So I work with the spirit. And a lot of times I'm in the shop. Sometimes I don't even know what I need. Sometimes I do know I'm going here to get this, this, and that. Other times spirit will say, go here. And I'll go there and they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. Spirit will show me, you need this, you need that, get this, get that. You know what I'm saying? So we're actually mediating and communicating with spirit at that time to show us what we actually need to create the change that we desire, because that's what magic is. Magic is using energy to create change. So these are some meteorites like I was talking about. You see the moldavite there. They keep most of their meteorites and rare stones in this particular case that they're showing right here. And those are the stones that are most often fake, the rare ones, okay, and the more expensive ones. Now look, they even got some Orisha statues. I noticed over the years they have incorporated more Orisha stuff. So we see Oya, we see Obatala, and I believe Orumala and Shango, and they've got them all. Baba Luye, I see him as well. So they're getting more African and more Orisha stuff, which I also greatly appreciate. So see all the statues. They've even got the Egyptian Kemetic spirits